Greetings, greetings, greetings to everyone and everything. We are the Dawn of Ascension show, and we're here to share our tools, our views, and our journey through these wild and crazy and wonky vibrations we're living through right now. And they're really wild and crazy and wonky. I'm here with my Ascension Soul team, Aubrey, Gina, and Susie. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Today we are talking about how thoughts are things and how thoughts have a consciousness and um, that our mind and our heart are connected. And so those thoughts help create from into our heart and help create a reality. So it's why we should be very mindful of checking our thoughts and being aware of our thoughts. And I know we've talked about this lots and lots of times about being aware of where you're at and your thoughts. So, Aubrey, this is a very, very multifaceted subject that is so wonderful and wild to talk about. So, what do you have to tell us today about thoughts are things and thoughts are consciousness?
Well, Arlene is right. This is a topic that could go a lot of directions. But I think I want to start with our thoughts really do create our reality. Our mind is actually part of our heart. It's just a small part of our heart, but it is actually part of our heart, which is part of the reason that we also have a mind in our gut that kind of directs our consciousness. And the reason why it is that way in humanity right now actually kind of is part of the history of humanity. So when we hear stories about earlier humans who could see the Fae and interact with the worlds in other realms and other dimensions a little bit more than we can right now. It's because the way that we were constructed at that time had our light bodies kind of expanding past our physical form. And so when we were interacting with the world, we were interacting with all the realms and not just constricted to our physical form. And humanity as a collective actually decided to restrict our light bodies in order to learn more efficiently how to direct our thoughts, because when we were just expanded into everything, we were having a hard time understanding like how much influence that we had on our reality, and where to direct our focus and how to direct our focus. And so we decided as a collective to restrict everything to our body, and our body holds a lot of memory. Our body knows a lot about what's going on that we don't necessarily know in our minds, because our light bodies and our heart really do extend through our entire physical bodies. So right now we are at an ascension point in humanity. So we are now starting to essentially choose what form we want next. But in order to do that, we need to kind of wrap up all of our lessons about that we chose in taking this form, and how to direct our thoughts. Why do we direct our thoughts? Where is your focus? Where are you putting your energy? And so that's kind of why we're talking about this today. It's time to really notice what your thoughts are, and it's time to put energy where you want it to be. And I think the other part of this that I wanted to kind of touch on today is it's very, I think it's been in the spiritual communities, especially, kind of suggested that it's spiritually bypassing to just not dwell on things that you're experiencing, that you don't want to be experiencing. And there is some level of like, if you have energy stuck in your body, putting focus on that energy in order to have it move is very important. But our thoughts do create our reality. So if you are experiencing a reality you don't want to experience, you can just move your thoughts to in a reality that you do want to experience, and it's not bypassing. There. That was a lot of information.
Wow. I you always say the most awesome stuff. Gee whiz, here I think I'm just, gee, that's incredible. And here I thought I knew a lot about thoughts. Wow. That's that was awesome to understand about our toroidal field, how our light body expanded out. And that made a lot of sense on things. Gina, you're just sitting there contemplating and pondering. I know there's good stuff rolling around in your brain. What you got, girl?
I'm trying to figure out how to follow up on that, but yeah, I guess with that thought, it's really it goes back to words. Words are spelling, and so your thoughts are so powerful. And you are your own God. We're all fractals of God. So with the concept of fractals, where the geometry keeps repeating and repeating, we are each individual a God. And all those words like I'm trying to do that, or I'm trying is a big one. You got to take trying out of your vocabulary and either do it or don't do it. Get a clear picture of where that next step is going to go on your path, to take your path in the most positive direction as often as you can. Lord knows we all go off the path once in a while, but get back on it. The old Nike saying, just do it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that really ties to the language of the universe right now, which is action. Like our thoughts are creating our reality, but if you're taking action in the direction, like it starts with a thought, but that if you then turn that thought into an action towards the reality that you're looking for, you're going to find it comes a lot closer, because we are in a physical reality. So taking physical action towards things, really, it's the language of the universe. That's the way to say, yes, I want that.
And the action can be as simple as, once again in nature, recognizing and being grateful for things. It all combines. When you walk out your front door and there's a beautiful tree, say hi as you go by. It'll appreciate it. It'll send good vibes to you. You'll pick those up. That's part of what Aubrey said about we used to be more expansive and could talk to the fae. The fae are fairies, for those who don't know what a fae is. And the elementals. Well, the trees, flowers, birds. Listen for the birds that are singing on your way out to the car in the morning. They're waking up the dawn, and add your song to it to help make your day more positive. Little steps like that can make a huge difference in your day. And
Yes.
taking those steps towards the most positive now possible.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. I love just pondering. I mean, watching my thoughts, connecting with my feelings, or pondering thoughts.
As long as they're positive and you're not dwelling in the
Yeah,
should haves or if onlys or my
yeah,
mother hated me, so that's why this life is this way. Get over it.
yeah. True, true. Very true. That is passe, you guys. Passe.
Unless you're into that. I mean, I guess.
If you want to be there, go ahead. But
Yeah, but it starts to just cycling around in your brain. You never get any relief from it. I mean, it never gets you any place. It just goes around and goes around, just like a roller coaster, up and down, wee, you're all around with it.
Because you can't
So,
change the past. You can only change the now moving into the future.
mhm.
Well, and a really good way to tell if you are stuck on something is if you're telling yourself a narrative. If you keep saying the same words about something in your head over and over and over again, you're you're obviously trying to convince yourself of something. And so if you like, I really like noticing when I've like, especially about ways I've been wronged. If I have to keep reiterating a story about it in my head, that's a very, very good indicator that that's not reality. And it's also like, why am I keeping that there? Like there's no reason to dwell on a story that you've already told yourself. That's it. You can let go of the story. That's it. Like if everybody who's watching this could just let go of a story today, identify one story you're telling yourself and just let it go, then we're all already on a much better path.
That is so true. That is so true. And I bet Susie has a fairy message that goes right along with that right now, huh, Susie? She
I, sh-
always does.
I sure do, Arlene. And you're not going to believe this fairy message today. Look at this adventure,
Yay.
all about action. This is exactly what we've been talking about. And some of us, as you can see over here, I mean, we're already on our adventure, but for some, um, we're just starting, right? And we're just sort of sitting right on the edge here of the portal entrance, just, um, just about to start something really, really great. And you just have to decide, will you step into it? Um, and for some, it could be a time for you to take a trip or to just do something different. And adventure isn't about doing anything dangerous. It's about moving you away from familiar so you can experience something new. And this can open doors to possibility and be so empowering for you. And you may need to push yourself a little to get started. And perhaps, making a list or, brainstorming ideas could be really beneficial. But chances are, if this card is coming up, then you're ready for an adventure. You're ready to discover your path forward. And I'm really so excited for everybody to, who's watching this right now. Aubrey, can you take us on an adventure of what our future might look like, knowing that it will be slightly different for everyone? What might we see and how will our hearts feel?
Well, it is going to look different for everyone, but as a whole, we're all moving towards a creationary state, which this particular ascension point on Earth has never been hit before in all of time and space. This is the very first time that we're here right now, which is it's just so exciting. So the truth is we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. um, However, the way that our heart structures have changed and the way that I'm seeing in the systems of the way that source is talking to us and sort of like what I'm seeing people being driven to do. It looks like everybody is going to be feeling a lot more on their path. They're going to be feeling a lot more in their destiny. There's going to be a lot more fulfillment in just what you're doing every day. And so this adventure card, Susie, when my very, very first tattoo I ever got, I thought about it for 6 years before I got it. It's actually right here and it says adventure. I couldn't, but it says adventure. And the reason for that is I wanted a reminder that if I wasn't finding an adventure, it was because I wasn't looking hard enough in any point in my life. And if I was doing the dishes and it wasn't fun, it's because I couldn't find the adventure, and that was on me. And I think that as we are all moving into being more of us, we're all going to find that life is meant to be an adventure, unless you don't like adventures, and then it's meant to be comfortable and it's meant to be happy and it's meant to be fun. and creative. And I think that we're all going to find this is going to happen faster than we realize. That one day we're all going to wake up one day and just suddenly realize, for some of us it's already happening, but you're going to wake up and realize that you are really excited to be awake, and and you're really excited for what your day has to bring. And then after a couple of days, you're going to realize that it's happening every day. And like I said, this is already happening for a lot of us. And if it's not happening for you, this is a good opportunity to figure out what stories you need to let go of, and what belief systems, what in your life are you not wanting to do, because you don't have to. There's a whole bunch of things that you can choose out of that experience and choose into the experience that you do prefer.
That is, thank you for that. Adventure awaits. These ladies know, but I got me a newer car back in November. And I have this favorite t-shirt, and it says Adventure Awaits. And that was my last year's t-shirt, and I love it. And then when I got my car, I wanted a new license plate holder. Well, it was between Bling Bling or Adventure Awaits with all the pine trees. And I went for Adventure Awaits. So my car drives around with Adventure Awaits front and back.
It does.
I'm ready. Good deal. Well, I would like to thank everyone for joining us. And if you have any comments or anything you'd like to say, please mention it in the comment section. But I do hear something. You hear beep, beep,
Oh,
beep, 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 beep,
beep,
beep.
beep, beep,
Incoming, incoming. Who do we have today for our message?
So, what's funny? As you guys started beeping, I tuned in, and the fairies heard me say that we can't talk to them anymore. And they say that's not true at all. So they want everybody to know that you can still talk to the fairies, and they're still here. And they very much involved.
Yeah, they got a little rowdy about that one, didn't they?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, we love the fairies, love the fairies. Thank you everyone for viewing our show. Until next time for the Dawn of Ascension show. See you all later. Bye.
bye.
Bye.